Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? I'm going to unmute you. Can everyone hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Hi. Hi, Denise. Hi, Pam. Hi, Pam. Hi, Sonia. Vanessa. See you all. How's everybody feeling?
Good. Weird.
Trying to go to the grocery store.
Good.
I actually feel depressed today. I don't know why. I spent yesterday just wallowing, and I guess it's just because it's not a natural week. It's one of those where I feel horrible about myself and everything. I don't know. It came down on me.
Don't go grocery shopping.
What was that?
Don't go grocery shopping.
Don't go grocery shopping.
Oh my gosh. There was no dish soap.
Oh,
There were 2 things of dish soap, like the most expensive dish soap, right?
Yeah.
there's not a lot of it at my house.
This has definitely been a time that brings up a lot of things, clearing a lot of space for people to really sit and reflect. And I'm sure it's
Tiffany,
Hi.
sorry to interrupt. Hi, I just wanted to introduce my sister Pam, Pam's iPad. I think she's on here.
Pam's iPad.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's in Pittsburgh and she's joining us today. She was shy like me and first time on Zoom, so she's doing the camera off. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's so great. There's people from everywhere. California, Pittsburgh. Where else is everybody physically located right now?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Remember us?
Yeah, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Cali. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, nice to see. There's still a couple people coming in. Hi, Wade. Hi, Doreen. So yeah, so everybody, how's everybody like physically feeling as far as what you feel you need from your practice today? So I know there's probably all sorts of emotions and energetic states happening right now for each of you. So what do you feel that you physically need from your practice today? And there can be whatever, it doesn't have to be anything in particular, just what you are kind of feeling drawn to say.
I feel I'm so tense that probably stretching would help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yeah, like space, stretch, because like we're all trapped in these little spaces right now, like a fish in a fishbowl. So maybe like, yeah, lots of like extending in space and stretching.
Yeah. Okay. So more expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else? Expansion, stretching, creating space.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Okay. How's everyone's energy right now?
Good.
That good.
Better
Taking
than the
this
past
one.
2 days.
What was that?
Better than the past 2 days, just
Better.
because it's sunny out. I think it's helpful.
Yeah.
I think looking forward to this class is helping my energy level.
Yeah, day by day, day by day. Definitely brings you into the present moment. Okay, so stretching, expansion, and kind of stabilizing some energy. Okay. So why don't we start today? Let's start in a seated position, and I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, but I'm going to keep the camera on. It's nice to see other people that aren't myself, so it's nice to see you all. So I'll go ahead and I'll mute you. If something does come up, please feel free to either unmute if you can't hear me, or if you lose me for some reason, or send me a chat message at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so as you are coming onto your mat, come into that comfortable seat, and I'm going to have you start in a mudra. So you're going to take your first and your middle finger and cross them, and then your thumb and your ring fingertip, so crossed first and middle thumb and ring finger. And you're going to rest your hands just on your lap. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And closing your eyes here, and just find that slight tuck of your chin in towards your chest. Spend a few moments just to bring yourself into this space. Bring yourself onto your mat. Just tuning into any feelings or sensations that come up as you are in this mudra, this hand gesture. So this mudra, Kali Mudra, it's the gesture of shelter for cultivating that trust in your inner guidance. And it refers to the trust and the guidance of our own being, that internal self as we move along in our spiritual journey. It is the deepest sense of inner trust that ultimately guides us towards awakening. So spend just a few moments to ground yourself onto your mat. Start taking your breath into your Ujjayi breath, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through the back of the throat with your lips gently sealed. The second aim in life is Artha. Dharma is inner harmony, while Artha is outer harmony. The practice of Artha is the work we do to remove the blocks to peace in our lives. Artha is being in harmony, bringing the yamas and the niyamas into our relationship, into our work, our family, our money, in order to create abundance and peace. Artha is putting one's spiritual values into practice. And start to examine the fit between your outer and your inner self, so your external reality and your internal reality. And if there's a gap, start to notice, maybe it's a mental list or maybe it's a specific thing that comes to mind, any changes that you would like to see happen. Take a few moments just to create a brief list or an outline as you notice this internal and external reality of how you would like to live your life. Don't labor over anything, just allow it to flow, allow it to be natural. Then as you notice what it is that you truly want in your life, be willing to allow these things to happen. Try not to resist, just allow it to flow. Trust that Artha is a natural byproduct of being in the flow of life, giving you what you wish to receive. Taking another moment here just to set that intention for your practice, or anything that you are feeling physically connected to, emotionally connected to. Drawing that intention deep into the heart space. I'm going to start with some breath control here. So starting with the Strika, if you know this, you can start. And what I'm going to have you do is just to bring your hands right at your low ribs. And so this breath control starts with an inhale about halfway and then an exhale, bursting the air in and out of the nose. So I'll do it a couple times if you can hear, and then you'll follow along. So you're taking an inhale, and then you're pumping the belly as you exhale with short bursts of air. So you're going to inhale and exhale these short bursts of air. So when you're ready, take your inhale to begin. Let out about half the air as you exhale. Then start cultivating that short inhale and exhale, bursting the air into the diaphragm. As you're doing this, try to find a pace that allows you to maintain this breath. So it shouldn't feel like you're gasping for that next inhale. Go as slow as you need to maintain the inhale and the exhale. Take a couple more rounds of this breath. On the bottom of this next exhale, wait for your inhale to sweep the hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, take a twist to your right. And spend a few moments here just sitting up nice and tall. Continue to breathe. Noticing any sensations that you've just created, that prana you've just created, drawn into your body. As you exhale, release your twist. Inhale, sweep the hands up. And exhale to the other side. On this next exhale, go ahead and release your twist. Bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers or grab opposite elbows. Start to lift your chest, reaching the chin towards the ceiling, opening up your throat. Continue to draw the shoulders down from the ears. Expand your breath as much as you can into the chest, the side ribs, the heart space. Feeling the breath, the sensation of the side ribs pressing into that inner arm. On this next exhale, start to release. As you come forward, go ahead and release your hands and then move into a tabletop position. Coming onto your hands and knees in your tabletop. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And take a few rounds of your cat and cow. As you inhale, bowing the belly down, reaching the heart. And as you exhale, start to round your spine. Inhaling to pull the belly down, reaching the heart. And exhale to round. And take a couple more rounds just like this. Inhaling and exhale. Continue to expand your breath as much as you can. Really focus on this breath. On the bottom of this next exhale, finish that rounding of your spine. Come into that neutral position as you walk your hands forward for puppy pose. And start with the hips lifted over the heels, bringing your chest towards the ground. Maybe the forehead can reach the ground, maybe the chin can reach the ground. And taking several more breaths, continue to lengthen your arms, but if there's any sensitivity in your shoulder, put a small bend in your elbows. And on this exhale, walk your hands back, come into that tabletop position. Bring your knees to touch and tuck all 10 toes underneath. If you want to glue your ankles, your toes together, if you need to reach back, just tuck any of the smaller toes underneath, go ahead and do so. Then start to press your hips back towards your heels. You should feel this opening in your feet and your ankles, maybe even coming into your calves. If you want to walk your hands, bringing the whole upper body directly over your hips, you can. Then start to soften down through the shoulders. Stacking your hands here, bringing your gaze either softly in front of you or closing your eyes. Noticing that internal experience as you're here. Notice where the shoulders are in space. Try to soften the shoulders from the ears. Continue to expand your breath deeply. Taking another inhale. And your next exhale, come forward, untuck your toes. And just tap the tops of the feet into the mat a few times. Once the feet feel like they've come back to that neutral position, tuck your toes and come into a down dog. Alternatively, if you want to come back to that puppy pose, or if you want to come into that child's pose. Spend a few breaths, either pedaling out your legs in down dog. Take a few more breaths in down dog or child's pose. And waiting for this next exhale, start moving towards the front of your mat. Moving towards that forward fold at the front of your mat. Separate your feet about hip distance. Taking that fold, softening over the legs. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows here. Maybe swaying from side to side. Shaking out the head, the neck a couple times. On this next exhale, round your spine and come all the way up to stand. Bringing your hands to heart center, closing your eyes. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. Using that inhale, sweep the hands up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back. You can take a vinyasa if you'd like. You can also come right back to a down dog or a child's pose. Spend a few moments if you'd like to flow. And on this next exhale, start moving towards the front of your mat, into that forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back for vinyasa, modify, or skip it all together for down dog or child's pose. Deep inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, audible sigh. Using this next exhale, move to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Last one here, inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back, vinyasa, modify, or skip it. Flowing with your breath. Taking another inhale. As you exhale, audible sigh. If you're not in down dog, moving towards your down dog here. And wait for that inhale to lift your right leg and you mount. As you exhale, try to step forward between the hands and just help that foot if it's not there. Drop your back knee down towards the ground. Heel toe your right foot a little bit more towards the edge of your mat. Bring both hands to that inner right leg. You can keep your hands here if this is enough of a stretch for you. If you want to take it further, start opening the right knee out to the side. Maybe you're using that right hand to start pressing into the knee. Maybe you'd like to take it further by extending the right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe bringing the back of the hand to the low back. Maybe you'd like to take a bind, bending that left knee, reaching behind you for your foot or your ankle. Whatever position you're in, just notice where your knee and your ankle are in space. You're trying to keep that knee in line with your ankle, not too far in front or behind. And then flex through your right foot as you open the knee. Take just a few more breaths deep into your stomach here. Maybe bringing the gaze towards the ceiling. Another breath in. And on your next exhale, come back towards the center. Bringing that right foot on the ground, hands come down to the mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your knee, and then drop the weight over to that right hip. You only come down as far as that feels okay for you. So you're taking a lunge, flipping the toes towards the ceiling. Hands can stay on the ground for support. Maybe you're reaching the left arm towards the sky. You can stay here if you're working towards a bind, back of the hand to the low back. Maybe wrapping that right arm around your knee, finding the interlace behind you. And start to lift and open up the chest. Think of length, so as you're inhaling, reach through the fingers if they're extended, or breathe into that side body, really lengthening. Take another breath. On this next exhale, go ahead and release both hands down towards the mat. Walking them back towards the front of your mat, and then drop that left knee back down. Start to straighten out your right leg through your half splits. And you're folding over the leg in your half split, so flexing the toes back towards the body. Create a breath, create a wave with your breath. So as you're inhaling, lifting and lengthening the heart forward, and exhale to fold over the legs. And spend a few moments just to lengthen out the back of that leg. Back of your neck is nice and long. Take another inhale here. And on this next exhale, start to lift your chest. Pushing the hips forward, come back to that lunge at the front of your mat. Use your inhale to sweep the hands towards the ceiling. Soften down through the shoulders. Take 2 more big breaths to lift and lengthen from the hips. And waiting for this next exhale, bring your hands to heart center, left elbow to your right knee, take your twist. And as you take this twist, if it's better for you to bring the left hand to the ground as extra support, you can do that here as well. If you want to take this as a high lunge, tucking the toes, lifting that back knee off the ground. One more big breath here. And using your exhale, bring your hands down, either stepping back for a vinyasa, stepping back into down dog, or maybe coming right into a child's pose. Take about 5 deep breaths, flowing through if you're flowing, or finding rest. Inhaling through the nose, and exhale, let it go. If you're not in down dog, moving back to down dog. And on your inhale, lift that left leg. As you exhale, step forward in between the hands. Just help it if it's not there. Drop your back knee down. Hands come to the inside of your left foot this time. Heel toe that left foot just a little bit wider. Either choosing to stay right here with your hands on the ground, or if you were opening that knee, do that here. Flex through the right foot. Keep that ankle nice and strong. Hands can stay on the mat. Maybe you're working into that twist. Pressing that knee open. Maybe the gaze is coming towards the ceiling as you extend your left arm. If you were working towards a bind, bend your right knee. Try to find that foot or ankle and start to lift and lengthen. And just breathing wherever you're at here, deep into your stomach. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Hug that left leg back in, tuck your toes, lift your back knee, then drop the weight into that left hip for that side lunge. Flipping the right toes towards the sky. You can stay here in the side lunge for support. If you were taking that twist, reaching the right arm towards the ceiling. Maybe taking the bind, back of the hand to the low back. Fingers wrap around your bent knee, and maybe the fingertips find each other behind the hip. Take another deep breath into that stomach, soften through your jaw, soften through your face. As you exhale, release both hands down towards the ground. Walk them back towards the front of your mat. Then dropping that right knee down. Start to straighten out that left leg for your hack splits. Folding over that left leg. So soften through your knee. Be mindful not to lock or hyperextend the leg. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Take an inhale to try to lengthen out the front of the body. Exhale, fold over the legs. And take a few breaths to draw that navel in and find just a little bit deeper fold as you do. Noticing the effort, so soften the effort in the pose, find the ease, allow your body to open. And this next inhale, start to lift your chest. Then soften into the knee, press your hips forward for that low lunge. Inhale, sweep the hands towards the ceiling. Soften through your gaze, level the chin with the ground. So notice how much you're really cranking into the back of your neck. Try to find length in the back of the neck and the skull. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, right elbow, left knee, take your twist. And then opt for any modification in this twist. So if you had your right hand on the ground instead, if you were tucking that back knee, maybe coming into your high lunge. Take another breath. As you exhale, bring both hands down to the mat, and then stepping back for either that vinyasa, coming right into down dog, or pressing back towards child's pose. Inhaling through the nose, and exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, lifting that right leg. And as you exhale, come into pigeon. So right knee behind your right wrist. If this is not a good position for your knee, your hip, or your back, then come onto your back. You're going to cross the ankle on the opposite knee. If you do have a pillow or a blanket or something, if that hip is high, bring something underneath to support your hip. So try to just resist the urge to dump to one side. Find that stability in your hips, stability in your low back. And if everything is feeling okay for you in this position, start to fold over the legs. If you want, you can stack your palms here, maybe bringing your forehead onto your fists, maybe bringing the forehead onto the back of the hands. Notice if you are interlacing your fingers, try to soften the clasp of your hands. Relaxing the jaw in this position. And sending that breath deep into the hip. Seeing if you can breathe right into that hip crease. Feeling that stomach and that thigh connect. Letting go as you exhale. And this next exhale, start to slowly come out of the pose. Take your time if there's any movements as you're coming out of the pose. If you'd like a couple rounds of cat-cow. If you'd like that vinyasa here, if you need a few hip circles. And as you're ready, changing to that other side. So no rush if you're still taking any movement here. Use that inhale to lift the left leg. As you exhale, bring the knee behind your left wrist. And if this, again, is not a good position for your knee, your hip, your back for any reason, then come onto your back and cross the ankle on the knee. If your hip is high, just support it so that you're keeping your hips level. You're trying not to dip or fall to one side or the other. Use that breath to lift and lengthen the spine. So you're trying to take that curve, that round out of the mid-back. Softening the body. And just meeting yourself where you're at today. Bringing all of that awareness to your breath. Begin to notice all the muscles in the face and the jaw. And all the muscles around the neck. Notice the muscles in the shoulders and let the shoulders be heavy. Let go of the weight that you're carrying in the shoulders. And on this next exhale, take your time to slowly come out of the pose. Movement that you need here to explore that left hip. If you'd like that final vinyasa. And then as everything is starting to balance for you, then come back to that comfortable seat. And sitting up nice and tall here. And this time bring your first and thumb to touch. So point your finger and thumb on your non-dominant hand and just rest that on the leg. And you're going to take your dominant hand so that your first and your middle finger are at your third eye. Thumb and ring finger come to either side of your nose. And start with a round of breath, taking an inhale and exhale the air. On your inhale, close the right nostril, inhale left. Closing both at the top, open the right, exhale. Inhaling through the right. Closing both, exhale left. Inhaling left. Closing, exhale right. Inhaling right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Release the breath control. Inhale, sweep the hands towards the sky. Spread your fingers really wide. Exhale, make fists, draw the elbows in. Press the chin towards the chest. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Spread your fingers wide. Exhale, draw in, elbows hug in, chin presses. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Spread your fingers. Exhale, draw in. Couple more like this. Inhale, expand into all the breath. And exhale, let go of all the breath. Two more. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. And last time, inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Release the breath control. Move on to your back. And as you come onto your back, draw both knees in towards your chest. If you'd like to take a happy baby here, maybe rocking from side to side. As you come back towards center, releasing the feet down, and a couple options here. You can either come into a bridge pose for a gentler inversion. You can take a shoulder stand if that is in your practice today. If you're somewhere in the middle of a bridge and a shoulder stand, if you have a pillow or a couple blocks or blankets, anything for height, you can come into that bridge pose and extend your feet towards the sky. So coming into more of a supported shoulder stand. So your choice here, bridge, shoulder stand, or if you do have a prop at home, a block, blanket, bringing that underneath your hips and extending your legs. Just finding a few moments here in that reverse. So notice how often throughout our day we're in this position, and just give our body, our physical body, a chance to really start to recycle any fluids, any stagnation from the feet. Pointing and flexing the toes a couple times, maybe even taking a few ankle circles here and just really loosen up the ankle joint, the toes. On that next exhale, start to lower yourself down. If there's any props underneath you, just moving those props out of the way. Drawing both knees in towards your chest. And taking a final twist of your choice, coming over towards that right side, any twist that you like. On your inhale, come back towards center. And take that twist to the other side. On your inhale, come back towards center. And start to release your legs as you set up for your meditation. If you do have any extra clothing that you would like, or if you have a blanket, if you have a pillow, just finding anything for your comfort here, for your support, making sure that you feel nice and warm. Creating that little space for yourself. And as you find that comfortable position, allow the legs to soften. And coming back to that mudra that we started our practice with, so crossing the first and the middle finger, and then bringing the thumb and the ring fingertip to touch. And just rest the hand. They can either be on the body, you can rest the hand away from the body. It doesn't matter where they are. Just coming back to that mudra. And start to soften and let go of the whole physical body here. Releasing any control of your breath. And as you come back to Pali Mudra, take a few natural breaths here just to tune in to any feelings or sensations that might come up for you as you move into this mudra. Just noticing the breath. Noticing how the breath flows gently up and down the spine. With each inhalation, space is being created in between each vertebra. And with each exhalation, sensing the whole body soften. Finding that natural alignment of the spine and the back body. And take a few breaths just to experience this sensation as you move towards your center. Cultivating that sense of centering. Allowing you to trust more completely in the guidance of that inner being. Trusting in that inner guide is an essential support for your spiritual journey. Allowing you to tune into that wisdom and clarity. Illuminating your path towards awakening. Begin to reflect on how your inner guide has illuminated your way to a different path and teachings throughout your life. Noticing how each experience was absolutely necessary at a certain point in your journey, supporting your process and transformation. And taking several breaths now to affirm the guidance of that inner being. Illuminating your steps surely and steadily, embracing each and every experience along the path. Embracing that all teachings are part of your awakening. Now take a moment to reflect on that inner guidance and how it's supported you on your journey. Even in times of doubt or uncertainty. Transforming any challenges into opportunities for learning and growth. Take several breaths to affirm the guidance of your inner being. That being that illuminates the steps, especially when that journey becomes challenging at times. And start to reflect on how this inner guidance has served you, helping you know when to change directions as needed. Even if this involves moving beyond paths or practices that you've held in the past. Affirming this guidance for illuminating your steps whenever a change of direction is needed. Reflecting how your inner guidance has always shown you the way towards the truth of your being behind all techniques, philosophies, teachers, and teachings, guiding you towards your life's deepest meaning. Supporting you completely at each moment of your journey. And saying to yourself here, I trust this guidance of my inner being. I journey forward confidently. I trust this guidance of my inner being. I journey forward confidently. I trust this guidance of my inner being. I journey forward confidently. Start to slowly come back to your awareness. Begin to deepen your breath. And start to bring some very small movements into your fingers and your toes. Start to roll around the wrists and the ankles. As you're ready, extending your arms, take a full stretch. Big inhale. Exhale, audible sigh. Take as much time as you need to roll towards the side, pausing there. Coming back to that intention that you set at the start of your practice. And then making your way into that comfortable seat. Closing your eyes. Bringing your hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra. Bowing into yourself in gratitude. For taking this time for you. Knowing that where we are right now is exactly where we need to be. Thank you all so much for coming today. Om Shanti, peace. Namaste. I'm gonna unmute everybody. Thank you. So nice to see you all.
Thanks, Tiffany.
If you have any questions, please let me know. And you can always send me a private message if you don't want to shout them out, but I'll be here. If you'd like to donate, thank you for everyone that has. It really means a lot. Really appreciate it. If you would like to donate, you can send it to Tiffany Ketchmark Yoga at Gmail, either through Zelle or PayPal. And I appreciate all of you. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Nice to see everybody's faces and connect for a few minutes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everybody.